Game by game, Geno Auriemma looks like the saltiest man in history. He looks like the saltiest man in history. And every single game, it looks worse. It genuinely looks worse. And who is Geno Auriemma? He is the coach of UCONN. He is the UCONN women's coach. He's coached 50% of the greatest WNBA players of all time at this stage. And that's not really an exaggeration. UConn have a lot of the best. But one player he didn't coach. Two players he didn't coach were Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Before we get on to, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit 18.3 thousand by the end of the day. And right now we are 64 off. But 1 month ago today. Well, 1 month ago yesterday, sorry. 1 month ago yesterday, this is what Geno Auriemma said about Caitlin Clark.
Said the WNBA, they're targeting Caitlin Clark. What do you mean by how she's being guarded or, enforced?
I think you and I both know the landscape that we live in. Ted Blue by saying she's going to go in that league and tear it apart. There were actually odds on she's third or fourth in betting odds on being MVP at the WNBA.
I'm not going to lie. I would have her maybe 6th or 7th. I would have her maybe 6th or 7th in reality. Like, if you're looking at who should be there in the MVP odds, I think she should be in and around Breanna Stewart. This year, she should be in and around Breanna Stewart. If we had an MVP race, she should be in and around Breanna Stewart. I think if you're looking at the MVP race, it would be 1, A'ja Wilson, who's going to win MVP. 2, Napheesa Collier. 3, probably Sabrina, to be honest. 4, I don't know. And then there's like your Breanna Stewarts, your Alyssa Thomas, your Caitlin Clarks. All of those players I would bundle into that. I would have honestly, I would even put Sabrina in that. I would have your A'ja Wilson number 1, Napheesa Collier number 2, and then a bunch of them in that gap where you can have some of the Storm players. You can have Kat Copper in there, but I think she's in the mix for third. She honestly, if she continues to play like she has the past 5 games the rest of the year, she's probably deserving of third in the MVP voting.
These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid.
He has called people stupid for saying a player that 1 month after this has actually changed everything in the WNBA. A player who's now on a guard who's on triple-double watch every game, who teams are so scared of her ability to push the floor that they're not even going for offensive rebounds. This is a league that offensive rebounding happens way more than the NBA, because in the NBA, a lot of the times teams don't really focus on the offensive rebounds because of how dangerous transition offense is, especially if they can get a 5-on-4 situation in transition, you're screwed. So they don't offensive rebound much. Teams have stopped going for offensive rebounds against this team because they're so scared of Caitlin Clark. Other than her scoring the ball and her percentages, she has done everything, if not maybe better than expected. And again, calling the fans delusional and stupid. I've already made a video on this, but it looks so much worse. Every game she plays, this looks even dumber.
That it gives women's basketball a bad name. Okay, so the kid...
It gives people hyping up Caitlin Clark gives women's basketball a bad name. She's the most exciting player in the league.
Was set up for failure right from the beginning.
Set up for failure.
So if you're a WNBA player, and believe me, I've coached the best, and I've pissed them off a lot. And
you've coached the best. You could have coached the best rookie right now. Don't get it twisted. I think Angel Reese could win Rookie of the Year, but the best player is Caitlin Clark. You could have coached the best rookie. She wanted to play for you. You didn't want her. I can guarantee you that if you chose her instead of Paige Bueckers, you would have won. You would have won if you chose her instead of Paige.
And they let me know about it. But they were tremendously disrespected. And none of them were going to say it. But human nature is, okay, this kid's coming into the league. And Diana said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening. And they all jumped over her, but they didn't read the whole thing that she said. But nobody's printing. Diana Taurasi was right.
Diana Taurasi was right. I'm pretty sure Diana Taurasi, if you ask Diana, she said publicly, if you ask Diana Taurasi, she's the most competitive person ever. She's probably going to say, no, we can still beat Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's not all that because she's a competitor. But if she retires at the end of this year And after she retiring, in a Kobe situation, where like Kobe's this ultra competitor, probably isn't hyping up anyone until he's retired. But like, if, let's just say Diana Taurasi retires at the end of this year, and she's asked about Caitlin Clark, the first thing she's probably going to say is, she was better than we thought. She was better than we thought. Diana Taurasi was not right. She was not right. Like, you're being like, oh yeah, there's an adjustment period. Of what, like 8 games?
This kid's on the wrong team.
I agree, on the wrong team.
Got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league.
The wrong skill set. This is the worst part of it all. The wrong skill set. Like, I've already made a video on this a week ago, and this just looks even worse now. It looks even worse. The wrong skill set. Why? Because she didn't conform into the style of play that every single WNBA player has ever played? Why? Because she plays a different style? Because her team didn't realize it. Her team wanted her to conform. Her coach wanted her to conform. Caitlin Clark being Caitlin Clark has turned the Fever into one of the most dangerous teams in the entire WNBA.
And she's a rookie. And if you're a WNBA player, if you're any kind of player, you're going to say, I'm going to make a statement. Targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect.
They're going to make a statement. Yeah, they did it. They did it through about 10 games. Through about 10 games, they did.
But they've been put out to be that.
Where is it?
To the WNBA. There's a huge target on this kid's back. I thought Cameron Brink said something really smart. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years.
This is the worst take in the history of bad takes. This is like saying the 1996 rookie class is a bad rookie class. This rookie class could go down as the deepest rookie class in the history of the WNBA. Picks 1 through 7 are all unbelievable. As far as the, I think Celeste Taylor is going to be decent. I think Kate Martin is going to have a long career. Picks 1 through 7 have all been unbelievably good. Even JC Sheldon, the bust of this class, is now looking like the 3rd best player on her team, and the Dallas Wings haven't looked too bad the last while. The bust of the draft is hooping. You've got Cardoso, who is a dominant big, hasn't quite put it together yet, but is still a dominant big. Cameron Brink was exceptional before she got injured. The best shot blocker in the league day 1. This rookie class had 3 rookies. The best shot blocker, best rebounder, and best floor general in the league. All 3 of them from day 1 were that. And then you've got Rakia Jackson, who some people think is going to be the best of them all when she figures it all out. You've got Aaliyah Edwards, who has been exceptional too. Like, I think if Aaliyah Edwards was on the Sky and thing was on, Angel Reese was on the Mystics, Aaliyah Edwards would look unbelievable as well. And heck, Aaliyah Edwards, a 6th pick in the draft, is balling out. Played for you, and you're saying it's a bad rookie class. Which is crazy. I don't think anything he really says after is relevant. But the worst part is, because of how respected he is as a college coach, you're seeing all these responses. He didn't once lie. Kid was set up to fail. Everyone's saying he's wrong. CC is averaging these percentages. The physicality of speed is affecting her just like rookie. She's not Candace Parker. We're just, look, Park, for example, we're not looking at a transcendent player right now, and that's okay. No, we're looking at a transcendent player. I do agree, many fans put a target in the back. Not sure we'll have the Paige with the same target. Paige isn't as good. She's very good. She's just not as good. Her fan base were not the ones doing that. It was more the media. Such a wise icon. I love listening to him. Nice comparison. And he also said Paige Bueckers isn't ready. So to put down Caitlin Clark, to continually put down Caitlin Clark, the man went and said that Paige Bueckers, who is going to ball out next year as a rookie, by the way, who could have been in the WNBA after her first year in college. After her freshman year, Paige Bueckers was so good that people were saying, should we just allow people to go to the WNBA after her first year of college? Like, Paige Bueckers was that good. She was that good that people were saying that about her. And he put down Paige Bueckers just to put down Caitlin Clark. It is crazy. He looks worse and worse every day for this take. And I guarantee you, if Caitlin Clark played for UConn, to be fair, he probably would have turned her into... He probably would have told Caitlin Clark to go and play, to go and just be your pass first point guard, and she probably would never have been Caitlin Clark. So, fair, probably good she didn't go to UConn.